Jesus destroyed Tawheed, monotheism. Here is the principle of monotheism or Tawheed, a believer of it and Jesus' judgment regarding its application. Mark 12:28-34. 28. And one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together, and perceiving that he had answered them well, asked him, which is the first commandment of all, in the Torah. Matt 22:36. 29. And Jesus answered him, the first of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. 30. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. 32. And the scribe said unto him, Well, Master, thou hast said the truth, for there is one God, and there is none other but He. 33. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all whole burnt offerings and sacrifices. 34. And when Jesus saw that he answered discreetly, he said unto him, Thou art not far from the kingdom of God. And no man after that durst ask him any question. As you can see, the man believed in monotheism, and all the aspect of it as loving God and man. One God only as the first commandment in the Torah, which Jesus replied to as something that don't saves a man even having love for God and man. It won't bring you inside the kingdom. It would only bring you near, as Jesus said. Thou art not far from the kingdom of God. Meaning in Jesus' time, Tawheed or monotheism won't save you because you're just not far from the kingdom, you're near but not inside the kingdom. It means, you're not saved because you're near the kingdom yet still, you're outside it, as it say. Luke 13:28. 28. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, when ye shall see Abraham, and Isaac, and Jacob, and all the prophets, in the kingdom of God, and you yourselves thrust out. Therefore, Tawheed or monotheism as prescribed in the Torah is not a way to salvation, if after knowing the need for Christianity, which necessitates submission to Christ. Therefore, necessitates the belief of tritheism as object of worship afterwards the time of Jesus' incarnation. Jesus said, Thou art not far from the kingdom of God. That as compulsory, is the plight of Tawheed believers. They are near the kingdom yet still outside it, implying damnation. If by knowledge you reject Christ. John 3:18. 18. He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. Hebrews 10:26. 26. For if we sin wilfully after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins, but a fearful looking of judgment and fiery indignation. If you have knowledge of the truth that Jesus is the way to salvation and that He is God and you willfully rejects Him, you're condemned no matter how you love God with all your heart, in your monotheism. Having monotheism don't brings you inside the kingdom. It placed you near where there is gnashing of teeth and hell. Thou art not far from the kingdom of God. Luke 13:28. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, when ye shall see Abraham, and Isaac, and Jacob, and all the prophets, in the kingdom of God, and you yourselves thrust out. Being outside the kingdom means you don't have the kingdom in you as it say. Luke 17:20-21. 20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees, when the kingdom of God should come, he answered them and said, The kingdom of God cometh not with observation. 21. Neither shall they say, Lo here, or, Lo there. For, behold, the kingdom of God is within you. When you die having no kingdom in you after your knowledge of Christ, is tantamount to be near the kingdom, or as Jesus say, Thou art not far from the kingdom of God. Yet you're still outside it because you have no kingdom of God within you. You're outside the kingdom that is within every believer. To have the kingdom within you is tantamount to salvation. To be outside the kingdom, no matter how near, is tantamount to damnation. Logically, you die having no kingdom in you, which is tantamount to damnation, because you're not far from the kingdom, meaning you're just near yet having no kingdom in you. Because how could you be in the kingdom if you rejects that Jesus is God? John 3:18. 18. He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. Jesus said, Seek ye the kingdom of God. He also said, Thy kingdom come. Meaning, the kingdom of God was already on earth, and for a monotheist to be not far from the kingdom, then he is near it yet not inside it. He is not under the jurisdiction of God. He is not under his rule. He is an outsider. Monotheists are not under God's jurisdiction. They are not under God's rule. Therefore it must be Christian. And for saying that, there is need to believe in crucifixion, resurrection and the deity of Christ. Conclusion: Tawheed or monotheism is not the way to salvation. Christ is. John 14:6. 6. Jesus saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father, but by me. By this reality, it clearly illustrates how Jesus directly destroyed monotheism, in all its facets like Judaism, Islam etc. Thank you.